And welcome to a very, very cold, windy Thursday morning here on United Kingdom Radio. My name's Chris Reardon. This is United Kingdom Talk here on United Kingdom Radio. Just gone 4 minutes past 11 on Thursday, the 2nd of December 2010. A very good morning to you. Mind you, I say it's cold here. Just listening to the news there, minus 20 in Poland. Oh dear, I tell you what, those Eastern European countries get the cold bad, don't they? Minus 20 in Poland. Last night, of course, Wednesday night, I was doing a karaoke night at Belush's in Borough. And to be honest, us here in Royal Berkshire, in the west of, just to the west of London, we've kind of escaped all the snow up till last night. And then while I was at work, I noticed it started coming down outside. And indeed, the journey that usually takes me about an hour and 5 minutes on the way home took me nearly 2 hours to get home last night. And I didn't get to bed till about half past four in the morning. Excuse me. And I'm afraid a minor accident on the way home as well. It's okay, no damage, do not worry. Red Cross parcels are not required. You do not need to visit me in hospital. A minor accident last night on the way home where I was driving straight. And I am very, very careful in the snow. It scares me. Driving in icy and snow conditions really does scare me quite badly because there's been two previous occasions. The worst one was going back here about 15, 18, 20 years maybe. And I was driving home and I'd just joined the beginning of the M3 motorway. Driving this car no faster than 30 miles an hour. Okay. At the same time, there were cars tearing past me at 50, 60, 70 mile an hour with no problem. I don't know why this is. Anyway, so it got to going up like a steep bit of the motorway and turning round, and the car decided that it wasn't going to turn. It just carried on going straight. And it didn't matter what it did with the steering wheel. The ice took it in its way, and it ended up on the other side of the motorway in the fast lane, facing the wrong way. I mean, it's if anything had been coming the other way, we would have had a nasty crash there. But that's the worst thing that's happened. Last night, similar thing, but it was a quiet road, and it's the road I usually take on the way home. It is a main road, but it's not a main road, if you see what I mean. And I thought, well, if I go up a little bit further to the main road, that one will probably be gritted and free of ice, as indeed the journey had been up to that point. And I got to the end of the run, I thought, oh no, I'll just take my usual route. And I did, and sure enough, I soon realised that part of the road had not been gritted at all. The snow was just laying on the road, and ice as well, of course, where cars had been. And I got to a fork in the road, where I usually turn right. And as I was coming up to it, once again, I came off the accelerator. I certainly wasn't doing 30 mile an hour, probably about 20, 25 mile an hour, because, as I say, very nervous in the snow. And I turned the steering wheel to go right, and nothing. It carried on going forward. I thought, okay, well, I'll quickly turn to go the other way. Turned it left. No. It was already heading in that direction, and banged into something. Not another car, may I add, a bit of street furniture actually, but no damage done to either side. Although I was a little bit shaken up by that. It's a very minor thing. No one was going to get killed or hurt or anything like that. But nevertheless, it just shows you how dangerous this ice is. And of course, once you've done that, you slow down even more, don't you? And I think the rest of the journey certainly, I then kind of cut across, took another side road so that I joined the main road that I was going to do in the first place. Remember, I just told you a moment ago. And once I was on that main road, sure enough, it had been gritted. There was no ice or snow on the road because they got it had all melted with the grit and whatever else they put on it. And that was fine then until the motorway. And again, the motorway was fairly clear. The gritters were going up and down it. So I managed to get home. But I didn't go above 40 mile an hour on the motorway. But again, there were people tearing past in the outside lane. Why is it always me who seems to lose control on ice? It's not fair, is it, eh? Oh, have you ever had an accident on ice? It's frightening. Because once the ice takes you, that's it. You know, you will go where the car wants to go, and there doesn't seem to be anything you can do about it. I tried to steer into the skid, I store out, it just didn't want to go. Didn't want to go where I wanted it to go, so there we are. A bit scary. Have you ever had an accident in the snow or anything like that on ice? Do let us know. If you want to join in live, check your clock. It should be 10 minutes past 11 on Thursday, December the 2nd, 2010. That's the time in where you are now. You can join in live by Skype. Our Skype username is all one word. It's United Kingdom Radio. Okay, Skype username, United Kingdom Radio. There's a phone number as well. It's a local London number. The phone number is 020 3287 1488. Okay, 020 3287 1488. And whether you're watching us live or a recording of the show or listening, then you can join in by email at any time. The email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Message here already from Maria de Los Angeles. What a lovely name. Maria de Los Angeles from Argentina. I'm listening to your show as it really helps my English up to date, and it's so clear when you speak. Besides, I like the show, and that's from Maria in Los Angeles. Maria de Los Angeles. That's a lovely name, isn't it? Maria de Los Angeles in Argentina. Thank you, Maria. Welcome to the show, my darling. Do keep in contact. We like to keep in contact with people. Good news. The iPhone has arrived, boys and girls. I have the box here. I don't actually have the unit with me at the moment, but the iPhone box is with me at this very moment. The iPhone itself is plugged in and charging downstairs. It's been charging now for about 18 hours, so I think it's had a good charge. Because they always say, don't they, when you first buy something that's rechargeable, the little box, it comes in a tiny little box, iPhone 4. A tiny, tiny little box. It's so cute. It's cute, boys and girls. Just like me. I'm feeling very cute this morning. I'm feeling almost as cute as Katie the cat, who's downstairs and has already had her breakfast. Oh, she purrs away whenever I go downstairs. Anyway, so the iPhone has arrived. It's plugged in downstairs, ready for me to play with. Not until later on. I shall be going swimming after I finish the show today, if I can get there. I think I'm going to have to walk to the swimming pool today. Because taking the bike out might be a little bit dodgy in this snow. I don't want to go over on the bike, so I'll probably walk to the swimming pool. It's only about 15 minutes anyway. But the delivery of the phone was not without its problems, let me tell you that. And it wasn't due to the snow either. I ordered the phone on Saturday from Orange. The future's bright. The future is orange. Fully aware, of course, that, it's not going to come tomorrow. It's a working day. And they told me it would come on Monday. They told me it would come on Monday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. And they also told me the company delivering it, if I can remember who that is, and I shall tell you who it is. Okay, we can tell you whatever we like here on the show. Let me just check. DPD, that's it. DPD. D for dog, P for Peter, and D for dog. DPD, the delivery company, they told me would deliver it between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. But they would give me a text first thing in the morning to tell me what time it would be delivered within an hour. And I thought, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So that's fine. Left that and left that as it was. So Monday came, boys and girls, and I made sure I was up. Not at 8 o'clock, but, I would have heard the bell had it have gone, but it didn't. So I woke up about 9:30 on Monday. got out of my little bed, and I started pottering around the house, thinking how exciting my new iPhone will be on its way soon. I know there are a lot of people with iPhones already, boys and girls. I do tend to be a few years behind everyone else. I'm not one of these people who upgrade something immediately, something new come out. I mean, for God's sake, it took me 5 years to buy a flat screen telly, and that is the truth of it. And now I've got it, a lovely big telly in the living room. When you think about it, you know, these great big tellies, it must be now harder for burglars to steal such things, don't you think? Because they're big and... I mean, you couldn't have one... But you can't have one burglar now, can you? They've got to go out in teams of 2 and 3, I suppose, to nick this stuff, because it's getting so big. Funnily enough, actually, you know, the iPhone, which now I'm a proud owner of, the iPhone is a big old beast, isn't it? I was very surprised. Take it out of the box. Now, I've seen them before on people, but obviously you don't have much time to examine them. You have a quick look and hand them back. But it's all metal, isn't it? It seems to me so well made, that piece of equipment, the iPhone. And when you think about these great big tellies, and it's big, isn't it? The iPhone is big. I thought phones were getting smaller and smaller. My friend who used to be a butler, you might have heard of him if you're a regular listener to the show, Wayne. He now looks after a very posh office type thing in London. I always remember him having the tiniest phone you ever saw. I mean, it was very, very. It was like a card, I suppose, about. Can't have been bigger than like 3 inches. It might have been a Sony one. I can't remember that. He had a tiny phone at some point, and I used to say to him, "Aren't you worried about losing it? I mean, you can lose these things, can't you?" But the iPhone bucks all this, and it's actually bigger. It's almost like going back to the times. You remember when when mobile phones first came out? They were like bricks, weren't they? They absolutely were like bricks, these mobile phones. Well, the iPhone, to me, seems to be going a little bit back to that. I mean, fair enough, you know, you've got an entire computer in your hands, and I can't wait to start using this thing. I really can't. I followed the instructions to the letter, you see, and as soon as it arrived, I've plugged it in and left it all night long. You know. And they do so, but it does seem to, we seem to be getting bigger with this stuff again. Even television sets, they seem to be getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And suddenly the flat screen explosion arrived, and they're huge now. Has anyone got a television bigger than 50 inches? Do let us know if you've got one of those and how big it is. Email address chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. So Monday, I'm up now, and round about 10 to 10, a text arrived. Beep, 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 beep. Although that's not my text tune, as you know. My text tune is the old London Weekend television jingle. That's what mine is. Yes, that's what mine is. So, the text says, your orange parcel will be arriving on Monday, between the hours of 16:17 and 17:17. And I thought, how accurate is that? I thought to myself, how very accurate is that? So I'm rather excited. I thought, well, that's great. Now I can go about my daily business and not have to worry too much about what time it's going to arrive. So I did my stuff in the house, and around about 12 o'clock I left the house to go for my daily swim, boys and girls, because we need to try and keep fit. I'm afraid the weight has crept up again. I don't know how this is happening. I have been following strictly my self-imposed no eating after evening meal until breakfast, and that's a good 14-hour gap. Right? The weight went down to 13 stone 2 from 13 stone 3, so I lost a pound, and that pound stayed off, but it didn't go down any further. And last night I thought, well, that's over a week I've been on that, and it doesn't seem to be making any difference. So I had a bag of crisps and two small packets of Cadbury's giant chocolate buttons. I've weighed myself this morning, and I've nearly put that pound on again. I don't know. I mean, if I overate, I would tell you. I would tell you if I overate. I mean, I really would. I do try to avoid sugar and all that because of things like diabetes. One of my dear friends has just found out he's got diabetes, and he's not old. I won't tell you who it is because he might not want you to know, but you'd probably know him. He might tell you himself at some point. He might want to come on this show and tell you. But he's just found out he's got diabetes, and it does worry me, all this stuff. A lot of it is sugar, as you know, and the whole overweight thing. So I try so hard I would like to lose a stone. To be 12, I'd like to be 12 stone. I just can't do it. And it's all on the waist, isn't it? I mean, you look at my face. It's not exactly fat hanging off it, is there? Okay? But it's all on the waist. All on the waist. Is this a middle-aged thing, boys and girls? I wonder when I will be middle-aged. Has that happened yet? Have I become middle-aged yet? Am I a granddad yet? I don't know. You tell me. You know, I'd be a good granddad, would I? I could be pushing that little pram along. Huh? Anyway, back to the story. So I went swimming and I got back here round about 1:45 in the afternoon. I thought, I'm just going to check that no one's trying to deliver this phone. And I looked in my letterbox and there was no card. I went outside and I looked at the front of the letterbox because sometimes they don't push the card all the way through, do they? No card. I came back in for a second check. No card. I thought, excellent. No one's tried to deliver. I'm now in position, ready to take receipt of my small orange parcel. Although I didn't know it was going to be small, didn't realise it was going to be such a small box. The Nokia phones usually come in a box that's 4 times bigger than the phone. But not this one. Anyway. So I started doing my business and then had my dinner and watched some television and that sort of thing. And it got to 4:15 and I thought, right, I'm not going to move from the living room because my living room, my settee, okay, my settee is very close to the front door. If someone knocks, you can't really miss it. You know, literally, you're almost next to the front door. I thought, right, I'm in position. So I've got the telly on and that. Now, regular listeners to the show will know that I do have a couple of hours sleep in the afternoon, and it was now time for my sleep. So I kind of, just closed my eyes a little bit on the settee, knowing because I am, if I would be a light sleeper at that point. Anything can wake me up, the slightest knock or anything like that. So I thought, I won't worry about that. I'll just wait on the settee for it. So time went on, and the next thing I know, it's 6 o'clock. No iPhone. So I rang them up, and she said someone had tried to deliver it, and there was no one in. This is DPD Delivery, okay? I want you to listen to that name, and remember this, if you ever want to, do a booking with them. DPD Delivery. Right? I said to her, no one's knocked at this door. I'm sitting next to it. No one's knocked. Oh, yes, they definitely did. And they put a card through the door. Is there a card? So I went out to the hallway. No card. I said, no, there's no card here at all. I said, only one. I said, there's one here that said someone tried to deliver at 1 o'clock. Oh, well, that's probably it then. And I said to her, but it says on the text between 4:17 and 5:17. Oh no, that's just an estimated time. I said, so you're telling me it's going to be 2.5 hours earlier than that? She said, well, it is an estimated time, sir. It must have been when you went out. I said, let me have a look at the card. I said, do you use Royal Mail? She said, no, we don't. I said, well, it's not your card then. That's something else. I said, there's no card from DPD Delivery. Oh, right, she says. She said, well, I'm very sorry, she said, but they did try and deliver. I said, no one's knocked on the door. No one has tried to deliver a phone to this address today. She said, well, can I arrange it again for tomorrow for you? So with a bit of huffing, I reluctantly said that I would be out tomorrow because of Tuesday. I was out all day. I had to pop down to the hospital and I was meeting my friend Ron and his brand new car, which I'll come on to later on. I was really annoyed because this often happens to me here. I don't know why. People just don't. They say they've been, and they damn well haven't. They don't come. They haven't been. Well, there was someone definitely tried to deliver it. No, they didn't. No one knocked on the door. No one knocked on this door on Tuesday afternoon. I'm telling you now. Right. So, with a bit of humming and hawing, I reluctantly agreed to another delivery. I said, well, you'll have to deliver it on a Wednesday. I said, what's the compensation for that? Oh, we don't give compensation for that. You do have a phone that's working, sir, and all this old claptrap. I've been sitting, waiting all day for it. You know how annoying this is, because it's probably happened to you as well, hasn't it? Why don't you name and shame today, on this show, the companies that have said they'll deliver you stuff, and it hasn't arrived? Send an email in and name and shame them today on the show. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Using Facebook, those of you with Facebook, is an ideal opportunity to get your thoughts across about these companies that just do what they want to do. If you've been upset or annoyed by a certain company, whoever that may be, then put their thing on your status on Facebook. I did this. And the other thing that's annoying is that when you talk to the people at Orange... Now, Orange, I have been with Orange for 15 years. Their service up to this point has been pretty astounding, I've got to say. Very, very good indeed. Until Monday, when all this started happening. Of course, when you complain to them, they say, it's not us, it's the delivery company. Passing the buck. It's not us, it's the delivery company. I'm sorry, it says Orange at the top of my phone bill. There's no mention of a delivery company on the phone bill. It says Orange. So that's who I will complain to. Not the delivery company. Who employs the delivery company? Exactly, Orange. Now, someone answered my Facebook... Well, the Facebook message I put, I shall tell you exactly what it said. My Facebook username, incidentally, if you want to join me on there, is Chris Reardon UK. All right, Chris Reardon UK is my Facebook thing. My Facebook status on Monday changed to, thank you, Orange, for not delivering a phone when you said you would, and quietly posting a card through my door telling me I wasn't in when I was. You didn't knock, you lying... And then it says another word there. Now, one of the people there, Craig, says to me, answered the thing. He says, it's not Orange, it's their delivery company, surely. Well, yes, it was a delivery company. But you can't blame, you don't deal with them, do you? You deal with Orange. You pay your bill to Orange. Who employs the delivery company? Orange. Isn't it? If, for example, you booked me to do a DJ night or a karaoke night, and I didn't turn up because the car broke down, would you complain to Toyota or would you complain to me? Exactly. It's the same thing. You got to complain to Orange. They're the people that are dealing with all this. Now, you may have heard then I said a card through the door. Right? I'm getting on to that. So eventually I agreed to another delivery on Wednesday because I was busy on the Tuesday. Right? So that was that. Put the phone down and I thought, well, I'll try and grab... I usually have 2 hours sleep, you see, but I hadn't. I'll try and grab a 45 minutes sleep in bed where I couldn't get to sleep. And of course, so then again, I was tired. So I got up again. And about 7:30, I left my house a little bit earlier than usual because I heard it was snowing in Hammersmith where I was working on the Monday. And I left the house, and as I left the house, I looked over at letterbox. And in the letterbox had been pushed a bit of paper saying, we're sorry you were out. Now, that bit of paper was not in there when I came back in the house at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And for the rest of that time, I had sat pretty close to that front door. No one knocked on that door. And why, oh why, do companies do this? Why do they do it? A little bit of paper had been quietly pushed just under the letterbox flap so that it didn't come through the hole. So I wouldn't have heard that happen. You see? Why do they do that? I just don't understand it. I mean, admittedly, when I used to work for BT, if you had a late job and you thought it was going to be a bit of a stick, then sometimes, I admit, I would knock quietly on the door, and if no one answered, push a card through and I'm away, saving myself maybe getting stuck on a job. I always knocked at the door. Okay? Always knocked at the door. Pushing a card through, you save yourself that job. Now, with delivery, it's a different thing altogether. How long does it take to hand over a parcel to someone? And I just don't understand why. Do they get more money if they try and deliver it twice? Is that what it's about? DPD Delivery is the name of the company. So the card was there, and it had been posted while I'd been sitting next to the door. Thank you very much, DPD Delivery, as employed by Orange. Absolutely shocking. So that was that. Tuesday, of course, I was busy Tuesday. So Wednesday, I got a text message, about 9:45 again, telling me it would be delivered between 8 and 6. So I thought, I'm going to have to wait an all day again. And indeed I did. I rung Orange and DPD twice during the daytime, who assured me it was on its way, and it was on the van. They love that one. On the van. But of course, can't get in contact with the driver. Tried to contact the driver, can't get in contact with the driver. Right? The phone did arrive at round about 4:30. So the entire day I was stuck indoors waiting for this phone to arrive. Yes, it arrived, but I had to wait in all day for it. They didn't even give me an hour's time. Probably blame it on the snow. There was no snow in Bracknell on Wednesday afternoon or Tuesday. We've only just got the snow. It just came last night. So it's arrived, and it's plugged in downstairs, and it's now ready to play with me. But I just wanted to share you that experience with DPD Delivery Company, as employed by Orange Telecom. Okay, so it's here now, at last. Don't you hate that? What have been your delivery experiences over the years? If you're with us live, just coming up to 25 to 12, December the 2nd, 2010, then you can join in live. The Skype username is all one word. United Kingdom Radio is the Skype username. Or a phone number as well, 020 3287 1488. 020 3287 1488. Or if you're watching or listening to a recording or live, perhaps you prefer to use the email, then you can do so as well. It's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Name and shame those delivery companies, boys and girls. Ever had anything delivered? Have you? How did it turn out? Let me know. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Got to say, good morning to Mike, the mouth of the Tyne, is with us. I've got an itchy ear hole today. Do you know, I've got these earplugs now that I wear in certain venues because I get bad ears now. I get terribly bad ears. Years of loud music, I suppose. And they really make my ears itchy. Putting ear things in my ear holes make my ears really itchy. Has anyone else tried those? Oh, it does annoy me. Yes, good morning to Mike, who says, more snow here in the northeast, falling as we speak. Glad Katie the cat is okay. Yes, she's downstairs. Don't you worry about Katie the cat. I see you liked the pictures. Mike's got pictures of his cat Molly. Mike, are you with us tonight? I'm hoping Mike will be with us tonight and you can tell us all about how your new cat's doing, how she's become... I told you she'd become friendly, didn't I? You just had to leave her alone and let her come to you, Mike. Mike says he's very happy but jealous that I now have an iPhone 4. So how much are you going to be paying a month for it? Oh, you don't want to know that information, Mike? Too expensive. It's all too expensive. It really is. Mike, are you with us tonight? Do let us know, OK? And Martin, is Martin Pitchford with us this afternoon? I haven't heard from him either. Hello to Simon Steele. Hello, Simon on the Isle of Wight, who said, where were you on Tuesday? I had my computer fired up. What, if you weren't with us Saturday? I did say Saturday. You've got to listen to all the shows or you miss things, Simon. I did say Saturday. I wouldn't be here Tuesday. He said, I had my computer fired up, log on the fire, hot chocolate in my hand. Do you know, I've never liked hot chocolate. I think that's vile, that stuff. Hot chocolate. Doesn't taste anything like a bar of chocolate, does it? Hot chocolate. He said, log on the fire, hot chocolate in my hand, but no Chris on the radio. It was like not being able to find my dear pussy for a cuddle on my laptop. I was so upset, but at least you are here today. Don't fall off your bike on the way to swimming. All the best from Simon. I think I'm probably going to walk to the swimming pool in my DM boots. I'm feeling pretty hard. I might kick some heads in on the way as well. Good morning, Millie.
Good morning.
Morning, Millie in Minnesota. Have you got a story of delivery for me?
Oh my gosh. I could tell you so many times where people have ordered things and they've gotten to my apartment instead of where they were supposed to go.
Oh, they got to the wrong place, have they?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. And that's irritating. Irritating too, because oftentimes it's because the person delivering it hasn't even bothered to look at the label.
Oh, I mean, it's shocking. It really annoys me. But what I don't understand, Millie, is why do they put a card through and rather... It doesn't take them a minute to deliver the item.
Because they're lazy.
Oh, I just don't get it. I really don't. And it's so annoying having to wait in all that time.
Well, at least you've got it now.
Over the years, what have you had ordered that didn't arrive and they come out with all these excuses?
Books from Amazon.
Like what?
You know, books like, I like to read biographies and memoirs.
Yes.
And sometimes I'll order books off of Amazon, and
Okay.
you know how they have the tracking. You can track your package.
Yeah.
And I'll check it around the estimated delivery date, and
Yes.
and it'll say that it's arrived, and there's not a sign.
Oh, really? And
Yes.
is that something you would have had to sign for at the time, Millie?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. As a matter of fact, it happened to me, not just lately, but last year sometime, where I had ordered something from Amazon and it got to the building, but the numpty who delivered it didn't bother to look at the label and dropped it off at the wrong apartment.
Oh, do you how many apartments in your block then? Do you call it a block or what there?
No, it's a building.
A building,
No,
okay. How many apartments in your building?
There's about 23.
Do you ever get stuff stolen from one of the other apartments? Or are they pretty good there?
They're pretty good there.
Okay,
They're
okay.
Good. It's a security building.
Right. Is there
have-
someone like on the front door, like a concierge?
No, not like that. But there's a little there's a unit where you have to pick up the phone.
Yes.
And dial a code, and then it will ring whichever apartment that the person wants to get into.
All right.
And
Yes.
the person has to press a key on their phone keypad in order to get in.
But is there is there someone like in charge of the building in the building?
Yes, we do have caretakers.
And is he there all 24 hours or just daytime or what?
24 hours a day, yeah. They
Does it-
actually live here.
Do they not look after the post? No?
No, they don't.
Oh, right, okay. I've got a friend who looks after a building at night times. Beautiful flats these are. I mean, very, very expensive. And they come to him for all sorts of things, you know. Have you got a package? And he says they come downstairs sometimes at 4 o'clock in the morning while he's got his feet up on the desk having a little bit of sleep and wake him up and ask if they had any packages delivered that morning. 4 o'clock.
Oh.
And he says to them, do you really need it now?
I would too. In fact, I think I'd say something else too.
Yeah, I'm sure you would, Millie.
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, I need to tell you that I am leaving today.
Oh, yes,
Seattle.
you're going to Seattle to go and visit your uncle who's not very well, aren't you? Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
and
safe
it's gonna
journey with that. Is it very snowy where you are at all, or is the weather okay?
Oh my gosh. It's snowy and it's cold. It's freezing.
You've got it as well, have you? Do you think your where you are is the snow is dealt with pretty well? Because we don't seem to be able to do that here.
Well, I'll put it like this. When the winter first starts, it's not dealt with very well. I mean, but as the winter goes on, people seem to kind of cope with it a bit more.
Yes.
But when it first starts, it's pretty nasty.
Right. As it goes on, they get used to it, do they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
exactly.
Millie. Millie, you downloaded, because I do sell now my non-stop music mixes online. The idea is that a little bit of money might help with the running costs of the station. Now, admittedly, you're the only one who's downloaded one so far. Did you listen to it?
I did.
What do you think? Is that your sort of thing or not? I would have thought it would be a little bit too dancey for you.
Let's put it this way. It's not my cup of tea, but I'll do anything to help with the cost of the station.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you, Millie. That's very nice indeed. Let me tell people, it's a non-stop music mix that I make every week. I'm licensed by PRS, which is the music people. You buy a license each year to be able to do this. And if you want to try one of those, they're very cheap, 80 pence. That's all it will cost you. Now, interestingly, Millie, I don't get the whole 80 pence. All I get is 57 pence, which is $1, which, as you know, is nothing really.
Right.
But they are 80 pence each. It's all music. There's no talking on there whatsoever. The music is all joined together, so you can't separate the tracks. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes long. And if you want to try one of those, cost you 80 pence, just go to chrisreardon.co.uk and you will see the track list there and a little buy now button. Very, very simple. You can only do it via PayPal. Okay, 80 pence is all it will cost. Now, it has been over time. A couple of people have said to me, like kindly yourself, Millie, who would be happy to make a donation now and again just for the running costs of the station. I don't like that. Okay?
I know you don't, but I'm going to do it anyway.
No, you're not. No, you're not, because I can reject it. Are you aware of that? I can actually reject it. I can. I'm sorry, Millie.
Yeah, if you reject it, I'll just send it right back to you.
You can't. The money cannot get to me unless I accept it, you see? So if you start sending through donations, I will reject it. However, by doing this, by offering something, albeit very small, for sale, again, albeit for a very small price, you are getting something for your 80 pence. Do you see what I mean? I really can't be asking for donations or anything like that. No,
Why not, Chris?
No. I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with asking for donations unless it's some like charity organisation, maybe raising money for people in Haiti or something like that. That's a different thing altogether. This is a radio station. None of us are short of money. What I'm trying to do is get the station to pay for itself. Rather than me having to pay for it all. That's all I'm trying to do. So by offering something, there you go. You have something there that you can buy for just 80 pence if you want to. All right. So if anyone else wants to try that, every 80 pence, it all goes to the running of the station. People often say, how much does a station cost to run? I suppose it's actually not as much as you think. Because we don't have music on here, there is no music license or anything like that. It's just the general running cost, the electricity, the money that you have to pay the people to actually receive our stream, okay, all that business. And I suppose I would say between £50 and £75 a month, which is probably a lot less than what you thought, isn't it, Millie? About $120
no, actually, it's
a month.
not.
Huh?
No, hun. Actually, it's not. And when you look at it's only £75 a month if you look at it like that individually. But you add that up times 12 because there's 12 months in a year.
Yes, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, if you want to help, then just download the latest mix. There's a new one up there now, and you can find that at chrisreardon.co.uk. All right, chrisreardon.co.uk. And lovely to talk to you, Millie. Have a safe journey to Seattle.
I will, and I will email you every day so that and keep an eye on my Facebook page too.
Please do. Does your uncle know of me or not?
Yes.
Send him my best wishes.
I will.
Okay. See you, Millie. Yes. Thanks for calling. Lovely to talk to you, my darling.
Okay, and like I said, keep an eye on the Facebook page, and I will email you every day throughout.
Of course I will. See you, Millie. Lots of love.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, darling. There we are. Millie in Minnesota there, boys and girls. And once again, if you'd like to try one of my non-stop DJ mixes, I do a new one every week. You can find the latest one at the moment at chrisreardon.co.uk. chrisreardon.co.uk. Wayne in Norwich, hello Wayne, says there is a federal law about picking up someone else's mail. I do believe there is one here as well, actually. I'm pretty sure there's a federal law, not a federal law, but a law here in the UK about collecting someone else's mail or certainly stealing someone else's mail. It's very, very naughty, going through someone's letters, looking through their bits and pieces. How would you like it if I went through your drawers and started looking for your bits and pieces, eh? Yes, exactly. Right, Mike. I'll try and call Mike back because he was just trying to ring a second ago. He's not answering at the moment. So we'll go to another email that's just coming here from Andrew. On the subject of delivery companies, Andrew writes, in my experience, none of the others can hold a candle to Royal Mail. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Royal Mail never fail to deliver. I've never ever had a problem with Royal Mail. I agree with you totally, Andy. He says, buy stuff sometimes from Amazon who offer super saver delivery. This meant sending your purchase by a private courier. With you in a second, Mike. No saving when they don't bother delivering the item because the driver has too much stuff to deliver and just takes it back to their depot, well out of town, not even a note. I've had that as well. No note left. Because, of course, they can never be bothered to come to your address. Especially annoying when the company says they will deliver the item on a certain day and still do not turn up, despite you taking time to be at home and receive it. He says at least if Royal Mail can't deliver something, they will leave a card and you can arrange to pick it up from a local post office, not a depot way out of town. See, Amazon First Class is now a private courier. Is it really? He said, well, they will lose business from me as a result, I can tell you. Cheers, Andy in Aberdeen. Yes, Andy, this is the thing with the Royal Mail. When it was just Royal Mail, it was so easy. You could go, there was always a Royal Mail office near your house. There's always been like that. With these delivery companies, they have depots that are miles away. There was one particular thing, I think, that arrived, and I said, I'll go and pick it up rather than have to wait in and miss it again. Although I didn't miss it, I was in, something else that was delivered at some point. And to go to this depot was a good 4-hour round trip. I mean, it's a blooming joke. The Royal Mail, just down the road. And you know what? Whenever I ring up people now, I ask, I said, I'd like you to use Royal Mail. And they say, oh, will there be extra delivery? That's fine. No problem. I'll pay it. Use the Royal Mail. But some companies, they won't. They can only deliver by one method, including Orange, who use DPD delivery, who said they'd be here Monday, and they posted that damn card through the door very quietly. To the phones. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Chris. Good morning.
Good morning to you, old bean. Are you with us today?
I certainly am at 8 o'clock till 10.
We look forward to your show at 8 o'clock UK time.
Thank you very much indeed.
What's your experience?
Yes, we have lots of snow in the northeast at the moment.
Oh, yeah? You don't drive, do you, Mike?
Pardon, Chris?
You don't drive, do you?
I don't drive. No, thankfully I do not drive.
No.
So if I've got to go somewhere, I'll have to walk.
Well, I'm walking to the swimming pool after I finish the show later. What are you laughing at?
What, you've got to go trudging through all the snow?
Yes, I'm trudging through all the snow just to have my little swim.
I hope you've got some wellies, mind.
Got to try and keep fit, my friend.
But I hope you've got some wellies.
So I've got DM boots.
Anyway, on the subject of your problem with the phone delivery, what about general takeaway deliveries? I've been getting takeaways to this flat now for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And when the pizza or the kebab or whatever I order comes to the door, it could be an Indian meal or something like that, they never deliver all of the actual takeaway. They always forget to bring one thing.
Such as what?
Such as, there was one particular incident where I ordered an Indian meal. And I ordered a starter and I ordered a main course. They forgot to bring the starter and the salad.
Oh.
So the guy had to go all the way back to the takeaway, come all the way back, but it's just a total inconvenience. Don't you think?
Yeah, because you're sitting there, you want to eat all your meal in one go, don't you? You
Well,
don't
of
want
course
it.
you do.
You don't want it to arrive at half-hour intervals. I always remember at my mate Ron's house a few months ago now, we ordered a pizza from Domino's Pizza. Now, they are the best, absolutely. The best pizzas are Domino's pizzas.
They are. They
I
have
love
to
them.
be the
And
best
we
ones.
ordered this thing and it didn't arrive. Right? So eventually we got in the car, we went down to the place. And, sorry, I've lied there. We ordered the pizza and told them that we would be there to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to this place about 20 minutes, half an hour later, and they said to me, "Oh, we haven't started it yet." I mean, that was the whole idea. That was the whole idea of ringing up first, so you could just walk in there and pick it up.
And collect it, of course.
They
It
hadn't
is. I
even-
mean, that's the general idea, but if they can't be bothered to do that,
You see,
and if they haven't started it, what kind of company are they?
Well, that's it. The
I
trouble
mean,
is,
for God's sake.
my mate don't. Once something's happened, he doesn't hold back, and it's embarrassing sometimes. His mouth is really embarrassing. Whereas I would have just told him to stick it, and I would never buy from them again.
No, because once you've had one bad experience, you know.
I've had now, I got close to this with Orange, to be honest. I was going to ring them and tell them to cancel the contract. However, I have been with them 18 years. Okay, I think 15 to 18 years, and this is the first time they've let me down. So I'll let this one go.
Yeah.
But just remember that DPD Delivery was the company, and they did not knock on my door. They did not knock on my door. It's not a case of a bell not ringing. You know, you ring a bell, bell rings, and there's a knocker as well. You do both when you deliver something, but there's nothing wrong with my bell. It worked because I tried it then just to check it would work. You know, Mike.
Well, you see, Royal Mail have a bad habit of doing the same to you as well. You know, they'll very gently tap on the door, and then if they can't get an answer, then they put the card through the door. And it's a very gentle tap as well, so you can't hear the door.
See,
if you've got the telly on in the sitting room, then you just can't hear it.
I've never ever had a problem with Royal Mail, Mike.
We've had a couple of problems with them, whereby they put the card through the door.
Yeah.
And we've been in, to receive the parcel. And then we've had to go to the depot and, collect the parcel ourselves.
Yeah. But how far is it from you, the Royal Mail depot?
It's only a bus ride away. I would say about 10 minutes on the bus from here.
This is what I'm saying. When you want to collect something from Royal Mail,
yeah.
It's never that far away. But these companies like CityLink, there's another one. Oh, the problems I've had getting their stuff as well. CityLink, they got their yellow and green livery.
Oh, yes, the yellow and green vans.
Terrible trouble I've had with them. People saying that I wasn't in when I was, and all this business, all this old claptrap. And when you want to collect something, it's in Reading. I mean, it's an hour to get there and an hour back again, and all this mucking about. You know what else it said on the card? Right, or this card that I found gently pushed in the card. I can upgrade my delivery for just. Are you ready for this? For just £5. Okay, I can have it delivered in a 2-hour gap. That's what it's all about.
So you've got to pay another £5 to get it delivered.
Yep.
Or 2-hour gap.
Or it gets better. It gets better. If you want it on a Saturday morning, £10.
You're joking.
No,
honestly.
£10 if you would like to upgrade your delivery to us. What a blooming con!
That is ridiculous. What a liberty.
It is such a con. And that's what they're banking on, you see. They put that card in the door a couple of times. I mean, admittedly, yesterday when he knocked, right, it wasn't a loud knock. It was a quiet knock, mate. But my ears... I must have been up and down at that door 5 or 6 bloody times yesterday. Every time I heard a little noise, I was out there and pulled the door open. I mean, I frightened the life out of the man that delivers, the little Asian man who delivers the pizza, the bits of pizza paper, advertising pizzas. He comes round once every... They work hard.
I tell you what. Bless them for a pittance.
They are. There is a pizza place in Bracknell run by some Asian guys, right?
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks, in rain, sun, snow, whatever it is, they're round everyone's houses, putting another little leaflet through the door. They work blooming hard, those people, I tell you that.
I know, but they work for a pittance though, Chris.
They do work for pittance. You see them...
They really do.
People have always taken a mick at these Asian families who have little shops, corner shops, which sadly are disappearing because of Tesco's Express and Sainsbury's Fast Rapid or whatever it's called. They're all disappearing. But they're sitting there all day long from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. The same person, is sitting there on that till or stacking shelves, and they haven't got big houses. They're not earning much more than someone doing a normal job, whatever.
Exactly.
They work very, very hard, those the Asian people that have got...
They really work for the money.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
And, people complain if they kind of get one single item in the shop. God, they complain. Really do complain, but they don't realise how hard these people work.
They work extremely hard, that, mate.
They've got to go to the cash and carry, get all the stock, bring it into the shop, put it on the shelves, all this within a day's work.
Yeah.
And then, if somebody's not happy, they call them names, they call them worse than crap.
That's right.
It's terrible.
I was in, again, it was a couple of Asian guys working in a petrol garage. Just trying to think. I think it was a BP garage, and it is at the end of the M23 motorway, just as you go into Brighton. I don't suppose you've ever been there. And there's a roundabout.
I've been to Brighton before.
Okay. Well, there's a roundabout at the end of... Did you go by train?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you won't know then. At the end of the motorway, there is a big roundabout, right?
Right.
On that roundabout is a BP garage, and there were some kids in there. And as soon as these kids came in, I knew they were going to nick. I just knew it, and. As they went out, I saw some cans go under the coat. Cans of lard will go under the coat. But the guy beyond the till saw this as well, pushed a button so that as they approached the doors wouldn't open. Well, you should have heard the mouths on them. And I felt sorry for these two blokes working behind the counter there, because they're only doing their job. The mouths on these kids.
As well.
And eventually... I was a bit disappointed myself, but eventually they just pushed the button and let them go.
Never. Yeah. Oh, my God.
I don't know why they didn't call the police.
Well, because they would have got beaten up otherwise, wouldn't they?
It's well, I suppose... Yeah, I see what you're saying there, but you let people get away. Mike, what's on your show today? Do you know yet, or is it anything goes?
Just anything goes, basically, tonight. I'm going to have a look through the newspapers and stuff online and, pick a few stories from there, blah, 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 and then I've got a few things to share as well. So I'll be doing it all from 8 up 10 tonight.
All right, Mike. 8 o'clock tonight, UnitedKingdomRadio.co.uk. 8 o'clock on Thursday night, Mike Callan. 8 o'clock UK time. Thank you, Mike.
No problem, Chris. Speak soon.
See you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Lee Mills is with you on the watch button only, boys and girls. Okay, the watch button only, UnitedKingdomRadio.co.uk, straight after me. Nearly time for me to go. Can I just mention my non-stop music mixes again? You can try one of those. 80 pence is what it will cost you. Go to chrisreardon.co.uk, chrisreardon.co.uk, and a new music mix up there every week. 80 pence, chrisreardon.co.uk. Nearly time for me to go. My email address, if you want to join in at any time, is chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. Now, I've got some emails here that I'll be reading out for you on Saturday's show. Saturday's show is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. 3 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. Finally today, Wayne in Norwich says, I'm not going through his drawers. I might just do that while you're asleep. Be careful, Wayne. I'll see you on Saturday at 3 o'clock. Thanks for watching and listening. From myself, Chris Reardon. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.